बांग्लादेश की कोर्ट की तरफ से साबिक प्राइम मिनिस्टर शेख हसीना वाजिद की डेथ सेंटेंस और हवालगी की दरख्वास्त ने आलमी सियासत में हलचल मचा दी है। लेकिन अब सवाल ये कि आलमी रद्द-ए-अमल, अमनो अमान, एहतजाज और मईशत सब किस रुख जा रहे हैं। बांग्लादेश में इस वक्त क्या करंट सिचुएशन है और साथ ही साथ प्रोटेस्ट के हवाले से जो रिपोर्ट हो रहा है उसके पे बात करने के लिए ज्वाइन किया हमें ताजुल इस्लाम साहब ने। MD ताजुल इस्लाम असिस्टेंट न्यूज़ एडिटर हैं ढाका स्ट्रीम के। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर टाइम ताजुल इस्लाम साहब। माय फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन टू यू इज़ कि अभी जो शेख हसीना वाजिद की डेथ सेंटेंस अनाउंस की है, after that what is the current situation on the ground in Bangladesh, because we have heard about some protest and some civilians death being reported also. What do you think, what is the scale of violence and damage over there?
Well, to be honest, there hasn't been that much of reported violence. It's mostly spread by Awami League and their Facebook page. As a matter of fact, the Awami League has recently called for multiple protests. More recently, surrounding this verdict, they have called for Dhaka lockdown program, which ended up failing because now you see, whenever Awami League tries to bring some new, launch some new protest or some programs, what ends up happening is that it doesn't prove that they're strong. It only proves that they are failing to mobilize the people because people does not show up. So Awami League is resorting to some sort of arson and like sudden crude bomb explosions and stuff like that. But that also, the number of those incidents also reduced lately.
Right. And so could we say that the situation is under control and you're not seeing a huge or mass protest over there in coming days?
No, there's no huge. There were no huge protests or anything. What was reported instead was there were a group of people who went to demolish Dhanmondi 32, the residence of Sheikh Mujib. So that was not Awami League's protest. That was a protest against Awami League by the common people, by the masses. They wanted to demolish Dhanmondi 32, which they burned already, and the army didn't let them.
Right.
So that was the protest.
And I want to know about the current status of Awami Muslim League. Do you really think that they still got that power or street power that they can lead a nationwide shutdown or a large protest in the coming days?
No, I don't really see them as powerful as they were when they were in power, because these repetitions, they keep calling out for more protest and stuff, Dhaka lockdown and other programs, but no one shows up. Absolutely no one shows up. Whenever they announced the last Dhaka lockdown program, we went to the streets and we only found people from other organizations, political parties who led the July uprising. People who were involved in the July uprising, they were on the streets looking for Awami League people because there were previous instances of arson. They heard petrol bomb on buses. They blasted some crude bombs in some intersection. But in most of these cases, it was like two people. They came on a bike, threw a bomb, and fled the scene. In most of the cases, like this is where Awami League is right now. They are in no position to mobilize a massive group of people who are gonna protest to bring them back. They're not in that state anymore.
And you must have read about the Amnesty International's reaction on it. They raised the question regarding the process of trial and called it unfair. So do you think it would create a negative impact on the Bangladesh reputation on the global stage?
Well, I can give you one explanation behind Amnesty International's reaction. When did you ever see Amnesty International supporting a death sentence? They are against death sentence in general. That's what human rights organizations are against. They are against death sentence. They are not specifically saying about anything about Hasina being punished. Their main point is they don't support any sorts of death sentences. They don't believe that those sentences should exist. But overall, the international response that has come after the verdict was a mix of legal scrutiny and some diplomatic acknowledgements. Like for example, India did acknowledge that they heard about the verdict, but they didn't say anything about whether they are going to send Hasina back or not, because there's this prisoner exchange agreement between India and Pakistan, India and Bangladesh. So in this case, what ended up happening is even in that agreement, India has a specific section where it says that they are not bound to send people who can fall victim to political violence or something like that. But what this interim government ended up doing is they termed this entire case crimes against humanity case. So this is not political anymore. This is a ruler who killed thousands, more than 1,000 people of his own country. This is what Sheikh Hasina did, and this is what the verdict is all about. There's no politics here. It's just a simple crimes against humanity verdict.
सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल दबाएं ताकि कोई खबर रह न जाए।